Section 8.1, you'll be learning the exponent rules. And so there's some vocabulary that you need to study. The first thing is that you have a numeric base if there's a number that's holding up the exponent. You have a variable base if the exponent is touching it and it's holding up that exponent. And when you have a variable base versus a numeric base, then you'll have a number in front, which is called the coefficient. And this leads us into our three rules. With regard to the bases always stay the same. So in other words, if you have a problem that's like 5 squared times 5 to the third, your answer is going to result in 5 to some number. If you have like x to the fourth, times x to the fifth, your answer is going to result in x to some number. And we'll see what numbers those are as we continue with our rules. The second thing to know is that whether you have a big number out front, a coefficient, or a little number on top, an exponent, you'll never do the same rules at the same time. And again, we'll see that in just a moment. And then also, whenever you have an x, it may help you to put a 1 as the coefficient and a 1 as the exponent, but in our final answer, we always return it back to just 1x. We have shortcuts, and so we understand this to mean 1x to the first. So when you get down to your rules, we have for multiplying, we multiply the coefficients and add the exponents. So if we take a look at our example here, if we identify what the coefficients are and we multiply those, a positive times a negative is a negative. And then we want to treat each base separately, making sure we remember to put in the 1 as the imaginary exponent if it's not there. So base, add the exponents, and again, add in the 1 if we don't see it. Base, add the exponents. Here's my final answer. If we take a look at the division problem, we're going to divide the coefficients and subtract the exponents. So here are the coefficients right out in front. 2 goes into negative 10. I'm going to put negative 5 in the numerator, because you would say that 10 is top heavy, 10 is bigger than 2, and a negative divided by a positive is a negative. And then let's treat each one of these bases separately. Again, if we don't see a power, we might want to throw that in right away. So we can use our subtraction rule, and we can use our top and bottom heavy just to figure out where there's more. So if there's 2 x's on top and 1 on the bottom, 1 is going to cancel, leaving you with 1 left in the top. If there are 4 y's on top and 5 on the bottom, there's 1 more on the bottom, so we're going to put that answer in the denominator. And the z's, anything divided by itself is the number 1, but the number 1 times by whatever's already there is just this thing. So this monomial would be the answer. Finally, for powers, we're going to take the coefficient and we're going to power that up. So negative 4 squared, or negative 4 times negative 4, which is 16. And then for the bases, we're just going to multiply the exponents. So x to the 4th and y to the 6th. Good luck on the section.